Hey, what is good, guys? Today I'll be reviewing and compare between two different types of sleeves today. So I have this different types of sleeves here. As one is katana sleeves. It's in Japanese size, and this is specifically for Yu-Gi-Oh! Although there are card games that you think you have or you're going to have, and that might fit with the sleeves. So this will be really recommended if you want to try it out. And you have this, unfortunately I don't have the package, but I do have this sleeve called Hyper Matte sleeve. It's in white, and they're both actually in white color, but there's a difference in with these sleeves. So both of them I will explain briefly. So they're basically a like high quality sleeves for pretty much for decks, or if you want to put it for your collection, that is really great. And also I'll put the link in the description below for more description or more about these sleeves. So basically these guys are like, let's say hypermatte sleeves are basically white, and also just different colors along with more selections for you. And as you can see, this is definitely a hypermatte sleeves because, well, first of all, I was trying to put it more closer for you guys. So as you can see, the quality, like the texture, it's like more of the like the matte texture, which literally it is. Pretty much all of the, as far as I know, that all the hyper matte sleeves are in this texture and different colors, and exactly the same consistence. So it's a really good sleeves, and I'll give you the sample after comparing with the other one. So as you can see, this is the katana sleeve, and it comes with 60 sleeves, and I believe this is also same with the same number of sleeves for the hyper matte. So I will go ahead and open this real quick, which I will be using the sleeves anyway, so it doesn't matter if this like breaks the package or not. But yeah, this is also very similar, but a little bit different. And I believe this is more like between Dragon Shield and Hypermat because it feels like Dragon Shield, but it's not really because it still gives you that compact when you sleeve the whole deck, and you don't feel like bulky, but it's kind of like between. So I'll go ahead and show you a sample here. And of course you see this is the front and this is the back. So the front, it actually show you a little bit more like a grayish color. So you'll kind of know like where to sleeve them, so you're not putting the wrong place. So this is how it looks like, and I will put them on the back here. So it's very similar to Hypermass sleeve as well as the Dragon Shield. And let me do a comparison with the Hypermat. So here is the Hypermat right here. I'm trying to lighten up a little bit, and then there's the katana sleeve. So it's very similar, and of course they're very similar, but the color at the front is the different because of the differential to see where you're gonna put it in the right spot. So I have a sample right here. One is the Hypermass sleeve. I put a Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger. It's from the yellow. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's basically I got this and then just put them in the sleeve. So it's not too bad. It's very compact, and it's not like it doesn't have any problem with like slipping at all. And if you actually sleeve the cards and in the deck, and you don't really have the sliding issue, where some of the product, like let's say Ultra Pro, some of the Ultra Pro sleeves have a problem when it comes to put it in as a deck, and when you put it on, like put it down like that as to test it, you're gonna have a slippery sliding down all the cards on the floor or on the table, which is a cause an issue for you. But in this case, for the hyper matte as well as the, for example, this sleeve here for katana, which I put ash blossom for one of my decks. So this is definitely the example right there, and shows you the difference. So you can definitely see the difference in colors, because of that the backup it's white, but this is just tells you the differential that, hey, this is the sleeve right there, this is the front, and this is the back. So that's really it, and I'm pretty sure it might be different for the other colors, which there will be available in your local store or online store. You could probably find different colors and you might see the difference. But yeah, so this is the difference where you have the hypermat and katana sleeves right here. And the back, you don't really see much of difference, but the only way that you can see the difference is the front. So when I excuse me for a moment. So yeah, literally that's what I showed you earlier, the other sleeve. So exactly like this, and the back is like that. So, and when you sleeve them, it's actually very smooth. And some of the product like sleeves, like Ultra Pro or any other type of brand, which I'm not really sure, but yeah, some of them are like like that or like not. Um, it's not smooth, like a little more sandy feeling. I don't know if you know what I mean, but basically in these type of sleeves and also the hypermat, they're basically more gives you more smooth in texture when you're sleeving down these cards to the bottom. So I can show you this as well. I mean, this one's still smooth but not too shabby, but if you can hear it closely, not too bad, right? This is kind of normal as any other sleeves, but you might have like a more cheaper sleeves that gives you more like a sandy, give you more sound when you're sleeving down. But here, for the katana sleeve, a little more quieter actually. I don't know if you heard that, if you catch that on this on the audio, but yeah, you didn't really hear much. So, but still, they're both really great sleeves. I highly recommend it. And if you're building Yu-Gi-Oh decks or just collecting in general, and you wanted to have a really great quality sleeves for your cards of Yu-Gi-Oh, definitely Hypermat or Katana sleeves are best. Um, if I were to choose, if I had to pick any one of these, definitely Katana sleeve, because not just because of the Ash Blossom right here, but it's because of the quality of it's consistent of how I like it, of like putting the for my decks as well as like put it for my side deck as well. And if you prefer this for your extra deck, that's totally fine. To make sure that when you have, like, let's say if you have two different katana sleeves with different colors, then make sure you want it to have a different color. So you have one white for, let's say, for your extra deck, and then let's say I don't know, red or blue for your main deck, then that's totally fine. It's just make sure that you have a there's a differential between your deck and extra deck. But yeah, I honestly think that this sleeve is probably the best for me as just for my preference, but it's a really great quality of sleeves and it's actually not that expensive. It's like between $6 and $7, maybe $8, depending on where your local store or online, but somewhere between there, and it's pretty good price, and I highly recommend it for yourself, and it's worth it. I had this type of sleeve for like months and it doesn't really get damaged at all. And of course, even I'm playing with this deck, it doesn't seem much damaged at all, so I'm pretty happy about this card and or deck or sleeve. Um, but yeah, even this sleeve here, it's not bad. I like it. I still use this for casual deck or just put it for storage like this card, like I'm storing this card. The one more difference that I would like to tell you is, let me show you. If you see it very closely, which I'm not 100% sure if you can see it on the camera, this gives you a little more transparency, which you can kind of very, very slightly, you can see the back of the Yu-Gi-Oh card. So, which in real life, you actually bought this product and then actually see it in front of you, then you can kind of see the difference. Like you can kind of very, very slightly, you can see the back of the Yu-Gi-Oh card versus this one, like you don't. Like clearly it covers the whole back of the card. Like there's no transparency, nothing at all. So that is like also the main difference between these two types of sleeves. But still, you don't, like, if you don't pay attention too much, you don't see no difference. Like you don't. So but basically, these two sleeves are like my highly recommended for any Yu-Gi-Oh players or Yu-Gi-Oh collectors who wants to put these sleeves in a nice comfort, but and doesn't really give you too much harm to your cards. Is some Ultra Pros, or sorry, I keep saying Ultra Pros, but some other brands can harm if not being taken care of, or the sleeves are just not good. But definitely these types of sleeves I would recommend for your Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much the video of the comparison between the Hypermass sleeves and the Katana sleeves. Yeah, so yeah, let me know in the comment section below your favorite types of sleeves, just anything at all, then let me know. And if you like any one of these, I will highly recommend it. And I will send the links in the description below, see what you think for yourself, and try them out one of them. Or if you have both of them, then you can have both of them. So yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.